Flight attendant's eyes spark meltdown. American Airlines passenger unleashes 12-minute tirade after claiming flight attendant's beautiful eyes set him off. A flight on American Airlines turned into a chaotic spectacle when a passenger erupted into a furious, profanity-laced tirade that lasted over 12 minutes, shocking both flight attendants and fellow passengers. Let's unpack the layers of this story in our deep dive on the AI podcast.
Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're dissecting a really strange incident. It's based on this viral video clip. You've maybe seen it on X, formerly Twitter, and some news reports too. It shows what looks like a pretty normal American Airlines flight, just completely unraveling. We're talking about this one passenger launching into this profanity-laced tirade that reportedly went on for over 12 minutes. Just, wow. Okay, let's unpack this. What actually happens when a flight goes from, cruising altitude to, well, what can only be called a full-blown mid-air meltdown?
Yeah, it's pretty compelling footage, unfortunately. What's really fascinating here, I think, is how quickly a public space, especially one like an airplane cabin, 30,000 feet up.
Right, so confined.
Exactly. How quickly it can just flip and become this stage for really unexpected, intense conflict. And this one, it resonates because it kind of spotlights the unique pressures of air travel, doesn't it? It makes you think about what it really means to, keep order when things go so off the rails, not just for the crew, but for everyone stuck there.
Absolutely. And the video, it captures this guy, unidentified, teal T-shirt, khaki pants, just erupting almost from the second it starts. He's apparently aggressively confronting a flight attendant, like following them, yelling, "You really ping off your customer. Shut the F up."
That phrase itself, pinging off, it immediately sets a hostile tone, doesn't it? Even if it just means annoying.
Totally. It's just this instant descent into chaos. Then he's shouting at other crew members, things like, "Take those glasses off, you don't even deserve to see you, and I'm done with this ass, bro."
Yeah, the aggression is just dialed way up. And what's particularly unsettling as it goes on are his kind of shifting justifications, like his claims for why he's so angry. He actually says the whole thing started because of a flight attendant with beautiful eyes.
Right, which is, that's an almost unbelievable reason or trigger for the level of rage we see.
It really is.
And then it escalates. He starts threatening other passengers who try to intervene, telling them, "Call the police, I'll F them up." And mixed in with all these weirdly grand statements, like insisting he's the realest person on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And claiming he collaborates with the rapper Kodak Black. There's just no context, just these wild claims thrown into the mix.
Well, it really does shine a light on that sort of psychological pressure cooker idea of being on a plane. When someone feels, I guess, slighted or like they've lost control in that kind of space, it can sometimes, in these extreme cases, just ignite this totally disproportionate rage. And the grandiosity, the Kodak Black claim, it almost feels like this desperate attempt to assert some kind of dominance or importance when maybe they feel powerless, even if it makes zero sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, okay, this initial flashpoint, it just keeps going. It turns into this sustained thing. And then he pivots to this new, equally baffling demand. He wants his phone charger.
Okay.
But not just any charger, one he says is in his suitcase, in the cargo hold.
Wait, from the cargo hold? Seriously?
Seriously. He's like, "I know it's F in here. I packed it. It's in my suitcase. Can you get that S from under the plane?"
Wow.
And then he says, "You guys got to make it up to me. If you just grab that S real quick, I'll shut the F up. I'm just trying to go to sleep and charge my phone."
That's a truly irrational demand. Completely impossible mid-flight.
Obviously.
And, flight crews, they're rigorously trained in de-escalation. They try to stay calm, set boundaries. But what's striking here is how he just seemed totally immune to any of that. He makes this, absurd promise, "Get my charger and I'll be quiet."
Right, like a negotiation tactic?
Yeah, but then, as the sources show, the tirade just continues immediately anyway. It shows this complete disregard for anyone else, really. The promise was just noise.
And you can just feel the tension ratcheting up in the cabin as this goes on. People are pleading with him, "Calm down." But he's just cycling through more weird complaints.
Like what?
The price of Starbucks coffee, apparently, and then threatening to light a blunt right there on the plane.
Oh, wow.
And that's when you see other passengers just reaching their limit. One guy finally stands up and yells, "Dude, You need to shut the F up.
And you can understand that reaction, can't you? It underscores that collective stress.
Yeah.
When someone just shatters that, unwritten social contract in a place like that, it creates this real sense of frustration, maybe even fear. It moves way beyond just being annoyed. It feels like a threat to everyone's sense of safety, really.
Definitely.
And it shows how tough it is for the crew when someone is just gone.
Yeah.
When the usual de-escalation playbook just isn't working.
It's one unbelievable claim after another, too. At one point, he apparently tries to justify insulting a female passenger by saying, I have 4 sisters.
Okay. I'm not sure how that justifies anything. But...
Right. It's just baffling. And the rage continues. He starts demanding a full refund, declaring, you guys lost a customer, a lifelong customer. I was just about to buy a subscription with y'all.
So he's trying to negotiate mid-meltdown.
Exactly.
It's just such a display of a very distorted reality, isn't it? To think you deserve a refund for an experience you're the one ruining.
Yeah.
And framing himself as the victim in all this, the fact it went on for, what, over 12 minutes?
Yeah, that's the report.
Or on a commercial flight.
Yeah.
It does raise real questions about, in-flight protocols for situations that just keep escalating like this. When someone is clearly beyond rational discussion, the options are pretty limited until you're back on the ground.
He finishes this whole bizarre performance shouting, can you guys give me my money back?
Yeah.
Because I am not going to be talked to like this. F you guys.
Yeah.
Before apparently finally going to the restroom.
Yeah.
Just wild. So, okay, let's try and summarize the core of this. We had this American Airlines passenger, this really extended, aggressive outburst, packed with just bizarre claims being provoked by beautiful eyes, insisting he's the realest person on the East Coast, the whole mention of collaborating with Kodak Black, and that really strange justification for insults, I have 4 sisters.
Right.
And it all kind of circled around this demand for a phone charger from the cargo hold to get him to shut the F up, which, of course, didn't happen. The quiet part of me.
And yeah, that really brings us to the bigger picture, I think. This incident, it just throws that tension into sharp relief, doesn't it? The tension between one person's outburst and the collective safety, the well-being of everyone else in that closed space.
Definitely.
And the public reaction online, which the sources noted, it was pretty strong. Widespread outrage, lots of comments asking, why wasn't he removed?
Yeah, I saw those. Like, how did he stay on the plane? People get kicked off for 100,000% less.
Exactly. Or I'd rather sit next to a crying baby than this guy. That really sums up the sentiment, I think.
Yeah.
And adding to the confusion, or maybe frustration, is that as of now, American Airlines hasn't put out an official statement or confirmed if there were any consequences for this guy, which just leaves more questions hanging.
Right. So what does this all mean for you, the traveler? It makes you think, how would you react if you were stuck in that situation? And what are the expectations, really, when chaos like this erupts mid-flight? Especially when, we don't see immediate consequences or hear anything official from the airline afterwards. It certainly makes you reflect on the dynamics of these shared public spaces and those kind of unwritten rules we all rely on when we travel together.
How was the unruly passenger allowed to remain on the flight despite his aggressive behavior? Don't forget to comment it. Thanks.